Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. Recently on this channel, we discussed how Batman Cape Crusader was sold by Warner Brothers Discovery to Amazon so that it would be distributed on Amazon Prime Video. This came after, back in September of 2022, HBO Max canceled Batman Cape Crusader along with a lot of other shows and The Amazing World of Gumball movie in an effort to basically try to find if they could sell the rights to them to different streaming service providers, because in their mind they believe that, hey, if we sell the rights to these shows, we can make more money than if we aired them on HBO Max, which, that's a debate for another day, but that's what they decided to do. So after the announcement came a week ago that Amazon Prime Video is going to be the home to Batman Cape Crusader, it really started to make me think, what is happening with the Amazing World of Gumball movie? Because as I mentioned before, that was one of the programs that was canceled by HBO Max and was supposedly being shopped around, but there's really been no rumors or indications of what level of interest there is in the Gumball movie and where it could potentially land, because immediately after the news came out that Batman Cape Crusader and all these other shows were being canceled at HBO Max, there were reports saying, okay, yeah, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Hulu, they're all interested in Batman, but there were really no rumors surrounding Gumball. So what exactly is happening to the movie? Is it still being shopped around? Has it been canceled? What's the story with it? So to take you guys back a little bit, Ben Bolquist, the creator of The Amazing World of Gumball, he had said on Twitter a little while back, and I made a video on this a while ago, he said that he thought that the Gumball movie is a bit of a Schrodinger's cat situation. For those of you who don't know, Schrodinger's cat is essentially a mind puzzle that if there's a cat in the box, is that cat dead or alive? And the answer is, it's both dead and alive at the same time, because we can't possibly know what the cat's fate is because it's in a box and we can't see it. That's essentially what the mind puzzle is. Ben Bolquist was essentially saying that the Gumball movie is essentially Schrodinger's cat. Right now it's both dead and alive, meaning it's happening, but at the same time it's not happening, which is a bit of a non-statement. Like, what exactly does that mean? The way I interpreted it is, basically the reports that we saw, the leaks that came out, was that all the movies and shows that were canceled at HBO Max were still in production so that they could be shopped around to other distributors, and then if they couldn't find a home, they would then cancel them and use them as a tax write-off. So essentially what he's saying is, it's still in development, it's still happening as of right now, we just have to find a home for it. He also did indicate that he is hopeful and he does think the movie will indeed find a home, but that was a while ago. About 2 or 3 months ago, we had a report come out that someone on LinkedIn who is working on The Amazing World of Gumball, they said that they are currently producing season 7 of the show. I made a video about this, I'll leave a card above to it, but I was confused by this statement. I was like, if season 7's happening, what does that mean for the movie? Is it being adapted into a 7th season? Is season 7 just the new Gumball series that's supposed to take place after the movie and they're just tentatively developing it under the season 7 title? We really don't know. The reason I'm making this video today is because, like I said, there's a lot of mystery surrounding The Amazing World of Gumball movie, and after this announcement came about Batman Cape Crusader, I'm really wondering, what's happening with the movie? I'm not at all surprised, and I think I've said this before in the Batman video, I'm not at all surprised that Batman was picked up by a streaming service. And the reason I say this is because Batman is a huge property. I've said this in the past, but whatever streaming service picks up Batman Cape Crusader, I will subscribe to that streaming service just to see that show. Batman is such a huge property, it's going to draw in a large audience no matter where it goes. Now you can argue that yes, Gumball is also a huge property, but it's not on the level of Batman. It's huge for Cartoon Network right now, but we don't really know how the rest of the industry, the rest of the entertainment industry in general, how do they view Gumball? Do they view it as a show, or in this case the movie? Do they view it in a way where, oh, if we get the rights to this thing, we're gonna gain a lot of subscribers to Amazon Prime Video or Netflix or Hulu or whatever streaming service it ends up going to? And that's really the mystery right now. We don't know what level of interest there is in this movie from streaming service providers. We don't know. Like I said, Batman Cape Crusader, within the first week of that report coming out, we had rumors that were connecting it to Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, etc., etc. We don't have that for Gumball, so we're still left here wondering, all the way since September, is this movie happening? Has it been canceled? Is it just going to get adapted into a series? And like I said, we really just don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say it's like 50-50 right now if we end up getting the Gumball movie, which is, a bit of a sad thing to say, because I really do think that this movie needs to come out. I think the fans deserve it. We've waited long enough. off. We've been waiting since the summer of 2019 to see what happens after the Gumball finale. We're creeping in on 4 years since that finale aired, and we're still left wondering, like I said, what happens after Rob falls into the void in the finale. I think that will be answered eventually. I'm just not sure at this point if it's going to be in the form of a movie. I'm really wondering, is the movie being adapted into another series of the show? It's possible, who knows? And for those of you who might be thinking, yeah, but I don't think the movie would work in a new season of the show, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think it would probably fit better as a movie since it's a long form story that they're trying to tell probably in an hour to an hour and a half. But in all honesty, if you think about it, the regular show season 8, that was very much so all of regular show if we look at it. Everything from season 1 through 7, there wasn't really a lot of plot lines being strung throughout the show. Like there were little things like with Mordecai and Margaret, the whole thing with Thomas, you know, some side characters returning and all that good stuff, right? But there was never this big plot that was developing throughout a season consistently until all of a sudden season 8 very much shifted the tone of the show. All of a sudden we had this huge fight that was going to happen between Pops and Anti-Pops, and it worked. It worked really well. So maybe the Gumball movie could be adapted into something like that if they do indeed decide to cancel the movie and make it into another season of the show. What I'm trying to get at is I do think whatever story was going to be told in the movie is still going to be told. It's just a matter of, does it happen in the form of a movie? Does it happen in the form of a 7th season? Do they adapt it into whatever this sequel series or new Gumball show was going to be? That all remains to be seen. But as we stand here today, I think it's 50-50 whether we get the Gumball movie. And maybe you could say it's a little bit leaning towards we will get it, like 55 to 45. But the thing is there's no reports, there's no indications, there's no rumors about this show receiving interest, or rather this movie receiving interest from other streaming service providers like there was for Batman. Batman got picked up. Look, it happened in September when this show got canceled. It got picked up in March. It took a while for it to happen. So we might be sitting here at the end of this summer finally hearing rumblings or reports that the Gumball movie is being picked up by X streaming service. It might take longer than it did for Batman. It might take a lot longer. And again, we'll just have to wait and see. We're kind of in a holding pattern right now to see what is the future of Gumball, which hopefully Cartoon Network does announce it soon, what's happening to this movie and just Gumball in general, because Gumball is one of the big shows they have airing on the channel right now. And the thing that's interesting to me is it's been airing reruns for almost 4 years. At a given point, people are clamoring for more content. They're wondering where it is, what's happening to the movie. Are we getting new episodes of this show? From a younger audience perspective, from a kid's perspective, they're probably wondering, this show's over, right? Why do they keep airing reruns of it? They probably don't even know there is a movie coming or there was one in development, because Cartoon Network hasn't really spoken about it publicly ever since it was canceled back in September, and we don't know what's happening. So hopefully at their upfront this year or soon, not too long into the distant future, they at least say that, hey, the movie's been canceled if that indeed is the case, or hey, we're adapting it into a show, or hey, we're still shopping it around. Just, you know, stay tuned to hear what's happening to the movie, because right now we're left in the dark, and hopefully we receive some clarity on the situation soon. But anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. Do you guys think we're still getting the Gumball movie, or do you think it's been canceled all entirely? And do you think we'll be getting the story that was going to be told adapted into another series or a new season of The Amazing World of Gumball? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.